11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I do a count sometimes before my videos because I like to see what the actual lag is, especially if I'm going to stream in first person shooters and things like that. Games that sometimes people will watch each other stream and find out where they are and go after them on maps and everything. And so you could set your your lag time to different stuff to prevent that. I think it does it automatically. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is the Project Zuli is what it is that I'm calling it. I'm really actually doing this so that way I can get my Project Zuli is what it Zuli is what it. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Okay, basically, the first 5 minutes of any video that I do, you can just safely skip ahead, on it, unless I actually say within the first, little bit there that hey, this is. I needed to get the link, and I can close that. Oh, nice. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, and in case you're actually watching, yeah. Oh my God, yes. Now I can understand why Goku was chasing them things around. But, dude. And, all right, now, because, yeah, there's and, ah, all right, yeah, because I think Joshua. Yeah, Joshua Friedland, if you're watching this is the guided tour of what it is that I was doing. All right, I can close that. All right, and then get to yeah, Project Julie. I needed a name for it, and the reason why for the sunglasses, by the way, is just I'm just kind of light sensitive. It's autistic thing. I'll end up taking them off in a little bit. But the good thing about these is they actually don't really block the light. They just kind of take the top end of the glare off. And let's see. Okay, that's actually better. Um, yeah, I'm getting it to load. Um, like I said, the 5 minute mark is my actual normal like official starting point. But Project Julie is the map that I'm working on. There's several different projects going on with it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is the world seed. I will get into explaining all that and everything. Yes, okay, yes, officially. Welcome to this is actually kind of cool. I've never had this kind of timing before. Uh This is the realm of the Nerf herder. This is the map that I've been building in Minecraft and kind of putting together as a. Uh, I found once I found out how a lot of things that I didn't realize that you did in Minecraft. Once I found out how that got. Oh yes. So I have an area that I'm going to designate as a development area, because the way that you build games in Minecraft is you actually like build them. You put together a command block here, and you put redstone. I mean, like, holy crap, you are actually building the game. And so now that I know that how that's done, and also, I mean, I could put I could put a development area in just just like 1,000 block by 1,000 block radius from here. Or even just, okay, from where it is, where you see on the mini map, you see that the red dot underneath me. I'm the purple one. This is Journey Map, by the way. I use this mod and a few others. I'll explain the rules of mods on the server and so on and so forth. But this is, well, not, this is actually intended to be for people who are participating in a project. So that's how it is that I will be talking from this and all. Um, okay. Visual start at 7 minutes. Okay, cool. This is the guided tour for those of you who are participating in the Nerf Herder Realm thing. I also picked the name before I realized that realms were a thing. And I'm in creative mode. I have a limited creator mode in mind for y'all, where I want y'all to be able to do some of the things, but uh, if I might end up like allowing a world edit thing or something. I'll explain that in a little bit. This is where it is that everybody will spawn in on this map the first time. The torches are because I was trying to figure out exactly where the actual spawn point itself is. Um, and so every time that I died just to come back to spawn, I popped down a torch. I had some blue ones here that I was thinking, okay, where are the next points likely to be? And then I ended up getting respawned outside of the range that I had predicted. So that's something that if you want to participate in, just because the fact that you're too lazy to type in teleport, but you have no problem typing in game mode survival at 2,000 feet, because it's just, you know, although I don't have fall damage in this. I used to have a void. That's how I was doing that. So that's why I just decided I was going to just hit the spawn teleport. But so far, that's the places that I ended up going. And then I ended up actually respawning, no, I ended up respawning here or here, something like that. So I'm thinking that it may end up being because I capped, actually, I can't remember what I put the thing. I think it may have been 3. So I was thinking that, but so 1, 2. Okay. Third is in that wall. Okay, so that's why damn, had I, uh, anyway, so yeah, back to actual commentary. Uh, and this map is designed, okay. I'm basically going to start the official 10 out of 10 because I'm just too lazy for video editing. 5, 5, 4. Okay, and welcome to the official start of the guided tour. The spawn torches in case you missed the first 10 minutes, is I was anywhere that I spawned when I died to get back to spawn because I was too lazy to type in pet teleport command. But I was perfectly fine switching between survival and creative mode using the typing in that command. Uh, and so I actually was doing that. I would go out and explore go out and explore while I was mapping, and then I would switch back into creative mode. And I had a void because this is a floating island thing. But you will spawn in here, and depending on whether or not depending on what version of the map, because I consider each of the different things I'm doing a version. Even though they'll all be on the same map. Like if you are playing on the server, you will be able to play the game. You will be able to come here and go out through there and activate the game mode. Uh, Now the one that I'll actually be doing, I'm going to have a reset switch that will actually bring you back here, put put the bridge back, and everything. But if you wanted to go to, just straight, if you were just going to play Minecraft using this map because, hey, this map looked awesome and I like just the different stuff in there, then, you would just go out through here. And then at some point, I was thinking here or something, whether tripwire or whatever else, but then it would actually set off explosives that would destroy the game switch. And you'd still be able to do the collectibles and everything else that I'm going to, set around the world and everything for the game itself. And there's a couple of different games, but the one that I'm concentrating on now is the Biodome project. The basic plot line of that is Elon Musk, or insert whatever, mad genius billionaire, decided that, hey, you look like somebody that could, rebuild a colony for the crew that's about to go there. So we will send you out there, you fix it up, and you can run the colony afterwards. Uh, okay. And so part of what I'm doing is with that. Now I'm also going to be looking at doing other games and everything, having a where you go into certain areas and if I can figure out how to put in just random tasks and things like that, then I want to have like kind of a RuneScape sort of thing going on. But I want to be able to add in a lot of more real world elements and things that it's hard for me to explain because I haven't really I haven't really actually tried to figure out how to explain it to another person that doesn't use well, it's like this, except for, and so because mostly I'm picking apart the mechanics of things like GTA, RuneScape, or whatever else, and be like, okay, what did I like? What did I not like? And trying to put that together. Because I'm also in my gaming, me learning gaming. I'm also doing stuff like I'm taking the D&D base mechanics for second edition revised. I'm adding in the Art Magic, a magic system, because it gives a lot more flexibility. I'm also going to be converting Shadowrun, how these adding cyber mechanics and everything else affected certain things. I'm going to be adapting it to because there are techno wizards, and so a lot of the original concepts, if you actually went by what the original established rules of Shadowrun were, that were declared to be immutable, you could not have technomages. So it just, and so I'm going to be kind of going and doing a lot of stuff with that and kind of putting together a tabletop role play, just that has just the kind of, if I was to be dropped into a role play world, that I could design the underlying mechanics to give me as much of an advantage possible, but it was not a Gary Stu self-insertion. It was like, but oh yeah, I was basically the Rick, the OP, whatever else, because of the fact I knew how to exploit the mechanics of the world. That is, if any of you are also going to participate in the core stuff, I will be doing a core series. So anyway, if you are doing just this map as just a Minecraft thing, you can come down here. And I am going to be setting this up for when they come down here and they actually get off to here. The whole point is that because they cannot fly, they can jump back up in here, but oh crap. Because also, I haven't figured out specifically how, but pretty much it's all going to fill in and become a solid column. Uh, but I want to I want to figure out how to do that so that even if the player is trying to stop it, that it's just they can't because they can't get back up. Because they can't get back up here. Then, oh yeah, they could climb back up into here. Because this is also not only the spawn, this is also, straight up, if you decide that you want to keep your spawn here, then, oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. And you are also, welcome to start, discuss it with me first and put down, any of the torches because there's also the red one and so forth. But yeah, if you were to come in and you decide you wanted to go, you actually wanted to get involved in the role play part of it, which is the with me doing the biodome and all that, I'm gonna have to do specific videos on because I actually do have a kind of thing. But this is Tutorial Island or Tutorial Column. That will actually, if I remember correctly, this actually goes somewhere. Oh, okay. This is a rail line that's being put in. And okay, yeah, the rail line that's being put in. What I'm actually going to end up doing is having it so that way. Okay, let me actually take off from the proper alignment. Yeah, I have certain things set up so I could just I line up by just smacking my face into it. All right. And so the rail line will continue on here until I smack my face. And then depending on where it is and all that goes, because I'm also still filling in the map on certain places. Okay. And so sometimes you'll see things like that because I've marked off, because I've been marking off rail lines, etc. And so yeah, I also fill in. Okay, let's get lined up. All right. And then this rail corner here. and then I haven't decided which way I'm going to go from there. Okay, and then you get the point. So that's some of the infrastructure stuff that's going to be that's going into this. All right, next stop on the tour is this is the World Seed. I actually am planning on building an observation deck that like goes out, or that goes out a little bit away from it so you can actually look at it, but not enough, not actually close enough to be able to get to the chest inside. Um, because the part of the world lore is that uh, this is a world seed farm, and so you'll actually see these all over the place. Uh, and they will all be the same once I actually figure out where I'm going to put different boxes and things like that. But this one is actually like doesn't have the original chest in it either. Okay. Yeah, I could take out the bottom without in every single one of these, there will be a chest in the middle, and then it'll have random loot and everything because it's going to be the bonus chest. That and once the bonus chest is placed in the, you pick whichever anime, whatever else you want that has like where the world building, like from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or Chimera Kusa or so on and so forth. I will actually mention that along the tour. But that's basically what it is that these are. But to show you Tutorial Island. Now, if you go out through here, you'll hit a certain point that will actually trigger the game to start, and you'll have various narration or whatever else that'll come up. You have to sign here, welcome to tutorial column, which is probably going to be where it is. I'll put a trigger zone. You get pointed out that, okay, there's that one there, that if you decide you want to, if you decide you want to actually go straight out into hardcore mode, which is you go straight into the wilderness. You, uh, boom, boom, like I showed you before. Because you can't, yeah, you are in survival mode. You can't do that. And part of the reason why it is, I will frequently leave lots of torches or mushroom blocks, etc. You know, is there, is so that way. You know, is so that way. Okay, yeah, duh, dumbass. I can actually plan around okay, good. And then what I will do later on is I'm going to actually mark out certain things there. But all of these blocks, I'm going to leave there because they do not actually affect anything. And I may even end up actually boxing them in around so that you actually have you go in here, you go up, you know. And that's also for, if players decide they want to farm mobs and everything else that are, that are about, you get bones, you get arrows, you get etc. and so forth. Okay, there are mobs. I play in creative mode. I don't care. There will be times I will be out on hunting trips or something. You guys want to tag along, just stay out of the thing. Or if I happen to tag them and they're glowing, then you get bonuses if you can confirm that you killed that thing. All right. So anyway, back to center here. This is the next stop on the tour. And the tour actually starts a little bit of ways into this, but yeah, you spawn directly above. There it is. All right, yeah. So we follow the blue line to the safe house. Okay, follow this blue line to safe house. All right. Yeah, I actually put markers and everything else to make sure I actually stay on track. Now, over here, there is something to actually talk about. This is like the rail corner that, we talked, I showed you down below. Also, these torches and everything else. Basically, anything that is there for in the game that I'll be talking about once we actually get to the safe house. Um, all of the torches, everything that'll be left there are going to be available to the player. Uh, and because I don't know what soul torches or anything else do or all, basically the explanation for why it is some of these are apparently valuable items is because the 3D printing nanobot, replication system or whatever. I'm open to suggestions. Um, it just went wild and it ended up printing a bunch of things wrong. It just so happened that this particular section of oh man, okay, that's above. I would be able to see that here. Um, yeah, this is the but yeah, this is where that rail thing was. And yeah, I had planned on a part of the tour there, but no. All right, now let's get back to here and follow this blue line to the safe house. And just because I want to actually show you a lot of what's going on here, I generated a 2000 by 2000, whatever, just also say, whatever numbers I give are unless specified otherwise. The default assumption is that when I say 2000 blocks, that is a 2000 block diameter from center. So from 00 to 2000, negative 2000. Yes, this is the slime farm. That's one of the things is I do not want the entire thing. I will actually mark off specific areas that I want mob proofed around villages and so on and so forth. I want any player who decides they were going to do this as the Minecraft world they're going to play in or as an actual general public server because that's another thing that I want to do. The initial project is that I want to have several people that we all understand, okay, this is what is the actual thing is that I am in charge of this. Uh, other than that, other than the fact that if you want to build something, make sure that you do not do it in areas that I actually have marked off. Things like that. Don't grief each other. All that stuff that I shouldn't have to go into because everybody should already know it. Now, now, periodically, I don't know, but every year or something like that. But as as an I and we build different games and things like that into it and develop the world, I want to be able to have it where have a public server that just anyone and anyone could just go into, and every day is reset to whatever. So anybody can come in, outside of whatever. They can sit there and just blow up mountains and do whatever they want to because they want to get a lot of gravel and stone and build whatever. Take screenshots, post it, whatever else. But then every day the server resets to the thing. But anything that we've done within the past year will be updated into the new thing. So we put in put in a random maze generator somewhere, added more biodome area, and things like that, implemented, more hidden content. Just like it's just pretty much just like I said, I have a specific thing in mind that that also people do not go and explore off into areas that I have not gone into first. You know, mostly just to limit the amount of spread. I mean, I have a map that I have pretty much kind of put together as, as what it is that I want. And then once I actually can figure out how to set barrier blocks, around a certain range, then yeah, that will be the formal end of the map. Period. So, but this is just kind of what generated with a floating island, with a floating island world. And it's also not just the floating island, because these right here above are actually from the world, from the actual world that this is in. This 2,000 block area, and believe me, we are not even, like, we are about a tenth of the way to the border of that. But yeah, that is floating island. And so what I did was I went around, generated this entire, 2,000 block by 2,000 block. And we are now, we're saying, okay, we are at 217. And we go a little bit further. Oh, I'm still writing on 217. Okay, so 387, 425. So yeah, it's a pretty big area. So I went out and generated that entire thing, and then I copied that entire thing, and I generated a world, and I basically, what I did was I copied uh, a structure that I had built containing the bonus chest and X amount of dirt from that. And then I can't remember if I ended up throwing anything else into it or whatever, but pretty much it was just, a thing. I just need, all right, get that. So that way I had the exact coordinates of the box. And so I went and did that, copied that, imported the floating island area, which is a completely different than copy and paste. Just trust me, I took that, put that there, and then once that was in place, I pasted the world's, the world seed back there. So boom, I now have the exact coordinates of that. Uh, and so then I went out and generated more, so that way the map editor would actually have something to edit. So, but yeah, this is just, and all of these lines and everything else that are out there, these are waypoints that I put to be able to find stuff. And yeah, this village, I can't use this village to demonstrate what it is that what it is I'm going to be showing later on in the tour, because this is actually, you can see, I imported this entire village out of the village, out of the map. Like this village is actually native to this universe, I should say. And so that's why it is that I picked that there. This is not the one. I don't think this is the one that I intended to be placed in areas that I will show later on. But I do like some of the that stuff. Now let's get back to. I have to just find them. Actually, let's just go straight to the actual. I forgot to actually put the chest here. Oh, I did. Okay, in this chest was supposed to be. Okay, actually, let me deal with that. I did put a bell there. Uh, but yeah, I was actually supposed to get the book out of there, and there's actually going to be instructions. You know, there's actually supposed to be instructions I put and all, but I decided, oh, okay, this is Safe House, which is actually named after a place in Atlanta that I actually used to go to eat back when I was homeless. But it really is meant to just simply be, a place where it is that any player can come in. I can act, we'll be able to sleep and everything else. Now, I haven't, okay, there. All right, well, yeah, you get the general idea. I'm actually trying to decide how many I'm going to do because I'm actually going to have some of it where, you have to actually maybe possibly mine and get stuff. But I'm going to count the number of blocks that it takes to fill in everything and then decide, okay, how much of that do I want to continue to be the wood trim? Do I want them to act, or is my intended solution to be that you put in a complete dirt floor versus putting in a wood floor or whatever? And so you will have the number of resources that it is that I would expect that this to take. And this will be duplicated basically throughout the various villages and everything. This concept, I mean, not this building. This building will, on the other hand, be placed all over the map. So that way, if a player is up on the floating island thing and ends up falling down here because they, weren't watching the edge or whatever, then okay, they can get back to the surface. And some of these blue lines are the waypoints. Some of the blue lines are actually water, that's falling down from it. And a player can actually go pop in there and then up straight through that. Because I also, in survival mode, I've turned off fall damage, I've turned off drowning, freezing damage, and everything. Basically, the only thing you have to worry about killing you is getting actual damage in a fight or whatever else. So, but all right, and then where is the first stop on the tour? Which is right here. Okay, yes, the North Passage, uh, and Village after. So we're going to, yes, the North Passage. Okay, here. Okay, yes, this is one of the things that once you are actually, in this in the overworld, underworld, whichever. I still have to actually name some of the things. But part of the thing that people will be able to do is they will be able to come down and they'll be able to come down and mob mines for be able to farm mobs for experience points, for resources, or just because now you will see a number of mobs that are named. Please do not kill those mobs. Uh, it is not that I actually am opposed to you killing them. What I want to do is I want to build up a collection of them and see whether or not I can teleport them all into a single enclosure. So, except for the enders. If you see an ender that I have tagged, feel free to kill it because he's an asshole. Most other things, yeah, it's like, yeah. Now, at a certain point, if I can figure out a way to make it so that tagged mobs actually, could generate a tagged thing in the, can generate a tag thing in the inventory, then I want to actually have it where I will go around and I will just tag random mobs and set bounties or something like that. Because at least in the public server thing, I actually kind of want to go in there and it's understood that you are coming around, you're playing in my world. Anything that it is that I like that somebody builds in that as well, like in the public thing, I will go and I will actually copy and paste into the actual public server, map. Otherwise, yeah, people can, like I said, people will be able to just go and play Minecraft and do whatever it is they want to, and then every day it will, reset back to normal. All right, back onto the tour. Also, I'll also be doing navigation points, like period. Like I will actually pick like every 100 or every 1,000, whatever. I will be having a navigation marker. The way that I had those, way that I have, like these things, piled up is just examples of things. This one particularly is just not marking off. I love geodes. If you happen to find a geode, then you will be rewarded if you turn it over to me. Okay? I claim geodes because I like them. Oh, yeah. And any geodes that I have claimed cannot be mine because I actually want to I want to find the perfect. I want to find or build a geode fortress. And I don't know. I basically kind of want. I want to build a Death Star, like suspended up above somewhere, but I want to make it a geode. And so that's the thing. I am collecting geode pieces to do a justice geode. So, but yeah, any geodes that are marked are mine. When you find geodes, you will be rewarded if you turn them over to me. Otherwise, you can say, this is not the geode you're looking for. You can keep it and do whatever you want with it, mine it, etc. Okay, yeah, this is actually naturally generating terrain. Yeah, this is actually outside of a 3,000 block radius that I have set. I will actually be discussing that when we go to the far off point. Yeah. Oh, by the way, something that I will have explained to people before before they watch this video. But I will make notes as I thing. But this is. Uh, Okay, I wasn't sure. Yeah, I didn't have it marked. I should not have gone down there. Anyway, so let's get out to the north. Yes, we have this actually. Oh, okay. This is okay. What I was trying to explain. I already had a lot of terrain generated out to a specific point, specifically so that I could do this. This is actually from this, this entire space in here is actually originally from the floating island layer. So right now we are headed north. So everything to the south. Okay, that is north. So everything to the south. This is the floating island. Oh no, it isn't. This area, everything here, everything past 2,000 out to this 3,000 here. This is all, in fact, the original world there. All of this here is the 3,000 of the floating island. So yes, this is actually the bottom of the floating island. That was originally in what I was showing earlier. All of that above the surface stuff. This is actually part of the part of the that floating island thing. I actually cut it off at a certain point. I did not find the oh, okay, here it is. One of the things it generates in worlds, for those of you who don't know, are the mine shafts. What what generates for mine shafts in the floating island thing is this. So, and this is an example of the village that printed up a layer too high. And so, because basically the coordinate system got messed up, I missed the coordinates when it is that I was. I messed up on the coordinates when I was pasting it in and didn't realize it. Okay, cool. And so yeah, you get the general idea. Rebuild this while mob proofing it as well, and these are light blocks, obviously, and so a lot of it I won't be able to explain that so as well until I actually have some storyline or something behind it. But basically, it's the nanobots can become any substance needed. And so anytime I make a mistake, the block just stay there because hey, it was. A blacksmith shop. We will be doing a stone roof and everything as well. We will also not have wood in the building next to the lava pit. And so, yeah, if you are participating in uh, one in the realm of the Nerfer stuff, you will also be expected to stream, at least one day a week, on your through your own, your own outlets. Uh, and whether you do that as, hey, I am involved in this art project and this is what it is that I am doing because the storyline in that is this, or if you want to have fun with it and actually do it from the uh as though you were actually an employee of this crazy billionaire who has godlike abilities due to a dimensional incursion incident on Fringe. Uh, yeah, and I have like multiple different storylines I'm trying out just for kind of my own thing. I will be right back. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, so now remember what it is I was trying to say earlier. Those of you who are watching this video because you are participating, which why it is, I'm not worried about any of it making sense because it will make sense when you're watching it. Uh, oh, but yeah, whole point of this is not just to explain the project. It's also for you just to be able to just look at the world and see what it is that I'm doing. I really don't need that. And so, yeah, a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to have a game where the player is hired by the colonization company. They will run the colony after they have fixed it up. And so you'll be given actual tasks list, like you have to fix up the village. And because you're in survival mode, each one of these wooden pieces that you are taking off of here, will be, like I'm actually going to come back. I'm actually going to put wood and everything so that way, like whatever it is that's catching fire. Um, but I'm also doing this just to kind of get a general feel for what it would be like for the person to play. Some like you'll be given a set of tools that and this is actually as a participant in the project or as just the player you playing the game. Uh, So yeah, some of that stuff, I'm doing is just kind of deciding what I want to do with things. But oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah, the village is the one that I'm actually mob proofing. Sometimes, okay. And so, yeah, I came out here, and this is actually going to be the boundary of the of the village. So when you come in, you will see, yeah, it's obvious there. That actually was unintentional, but I kind of like how it makes me look more professional because it looks like, hey, I shot that and this little 90-degree mark or something. So I may continue to do that. But obviously, here is the thing I'm working on filling in. You know, I may decide to put some like geothermal energy thing here or something, or I might do nothing. But mostly, it's just a hey, this is a warning of there's lava here. is what I had in mind for this specific patch job. May end up doing the boundary, taking that in there because maybe yeah, I don't know, some sort of crafting thing or whatever, but it's kind of looking like there is something under here that maybe I should investigate. So I haven't actually thought about that yet. Going to end up putting a fountain and everything here. And even though the actual the North Passage is here, which I will actually show that in a moment. Oh, beautiful. Oh, yes. Now that is awesome. All right. All right, yes, the actual passage. Okay, let's see. The next stop on the tour is going to be. Oh, okay. So we can't go down through here. And if it seems like I am actually following somebody else's instructions and not my own, is because I am legitimately on the medicinal program. So if I ever seem like I am goofy and possibly high, I am probably sober actually at that point. I tend to be a bit more together and focused when I'm actually like really, going good. So, but yeah, this is the did not quite. Yeah, I thought that it would just keep those there. Didn't know why. I thought it would keep them there. All right. And because of how it is that people will be playing and everything, I have to actually remember to switch back to thing. But yeah, as you know, you will not be able to like natively. You will not be able to fly probably because I can't figure out how to get that. But I also because of the fact that everybody's going to be participating in this, I need them to be walking around. Now I know that with like the elytra, whatever else, I'm actually going to make sure everybody has whatever it is they need to fly. uh, I also I may end up just putting crap ton of ender pearls or whatever so people can like teleport and everything else around. It's like I said, it's some of the stuff you'll have I will explain the plot lines of if you're actually involved in that to make it less awkward for me. But here we go. I also have drowning turn off just in general for people. I obviously don't need to worry about that because, server. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, this is. I had. All right, good. I actually have something planned there. But up at the Northwest Passage, there is, or up at the Northern Passage, I actually am going to have, I'm going to put a village up there somewhere, and I'm actually going to make that like a specific thing, and only the people who are are will actually know, uh, they'll actually know, completely different thing. Okay, and then which way is it to the village? Okay, have not explored that way, so this way to the village. This is the village's mine shaft, and so I'm gonna be, going in there. I might do a little bit of stuff with the thing, but the main thing with this is that I'm actually going to make sure people know that do not mess with this area because I want to have a certain area where okay, everything like all of the ores and everything else, I want to be able to regenerate those or be able to replace those. So that is something I'm going to have to actually decide. Okay, how much of that am I going to just salt with additional resources and everything else? But this is actually going to be not only a mine, not only a mining area, but also I'm going to have certain auto farms and things like that. That's what this village is like a very specific part of a very specific project for me. And so here we have the the work in progress of of mob proofing this area, which we are seeing is the fact. Okay, the whole point of it is that it prevents them from spawning here. Ooh. But basically, it prevents them from spawning in the area, but it doesn't prevent them from walking into it. Holy crap, he has a shovel. Okay. Alright, next up on the tour is, if I can find out where I put the sign. Ah, okay. I don't know how I ended up doing that. Okay, good. That will actually clean. I did not know that you could do that as well. Proof the village there. All right. A lot of the other things that we're going, okay, this is actually more applicable outside, but even in here, some of the things that I'm going to want done is to take these platforms that, that generate. Yeah, these platforms that generate, that really applies more towards where it is that you have ones that really kind of like reach all the way down. But I do want these to end up being a way that people can get back to the surface as just a general thing. But yeah, and some of the game stuff that I'll be doing, I'll be using these as like 3D mazes and all. All right, now we have. I don't know what happened to the thing, but let's see. We have. Okay, that is supposed to come out. That was supposed to. I forgot to put the friggin' sign markers, and I ended up putting them in the wrong place, apparently. So. Oh, okay. I have to decide specifically where, but somewhere, once I actually pick an actual spot, at the north thing, I'm actually going to go and take my original world seed, put that in there, and then all the way to the south, I've got a 20,000 I've got a 20,000 block frame. It's actually 20,000 from center, so 40,000 specifically. Frame that I'm going to actually put at the south. I'm going to have to do that chunk at a time, or so much at a time, because Amulet's a great program, but be right back. So that is some basically, well, yeah, with the biodome stuff. You see, I'm basically going to be doing a lot of things. I have to actually build some auto farms to get to have a good example of that. Let's see, the unknown zone. This is another one. When it is I was filling in the map, this was an area of. To show you here, yeah, this was an area of the map that just would not. Yeah, it would not generate no matter what I did. And I mean, I flew over it repeatedly trying to get it to generate. So I've actually marked out that. And this is part of the flying island. Okay, good. This is that. Oh, I forgot how great this is for showing. All right. Now, as it is that people are up on top of the normal terrain up there, doing whatever, if they happen to get fall into PvP, they land on this. And then there might be like, there'll be melon farms, carrots, whatever else, various food farms and stuff that you normally find, in a village. And so I may end up actually going and putting a garden. I may end up putting like a garden in here, using this as a guide. Now, either laying in more dirt or, oh yeah, this is nice here. So yeah, you have. So you'll be able to actually get on here. In fact, oh yes, this actually is perfect. Okay, so boom, and now they can come in through here, and then however it is that it gets done, but they eventually can make their way up here, and then up in here. All, and then however it is that they end up getting back to the surface. Yeah, this is actually the cave. This is actually the cave map showing a nice I do really like. Yeah, I mean, I really like how it's showing. Okay, yeah, I love the geode right there. But yeah, that is actually the map of the platforms and everything else. I have a complete mine shaft here. I can go through and actually uh, fix this up, clean up the lava and stuff like that, and actually turn this into even using this as the guides for track and everything else, having various auto farms and whatever else in here as well, and all going to a central collection system. A lot of what I'm doing is mostly just kind of spitballing ideas for things that can be done. And so if somebody comes up on an area, I've not marked it, just contact, you ask me, hey, I found this, I will come out and take a look, unless there's something I really just, oh yes, this I will need for whatever. And honestly, it's like by the time you find something this awesome, uh, I'll have already marked off anywhere that I'm really thinking about building, which for the most part I've generally done. I still haven't really explored some of the outer reaches of the map that I've set, but I need to figure out how to make sure that it. I mean, I've got one way to do it, and so that's going to be a an interesting uh, thing because oh yes, oh god yes. Yes. Okay. I completely different project altogether. I can't discuss that here because this is for a purpose. But yeah, this is. But once you actually get into like one of these areas, uh, oh wow, I was not expecting that. And so here we are back in the back, well, being able to get back to the surface. Here, once again, we have a village. And so somebody walking along in the, just along tutorial islands. Yeah. Because there'll be bridges in between, some of the things. Now, seeing as this village here is already there, is already here, without having to go and do much else. We go in, oh, wow. Okay, so this is definitely a fishing village. So we could even go in and flood the cavern, for example, and put in fish spawners and things like that and all, and kind of really limit that to being a fish thing. So you could come out here to actually get fish related stuff or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much, this. All right, fishing village. Okay, yeah, this is because this is the customs office for this village. All right. Yeah. Now I wish I could actually find because I actually did have a specific tour, like actually point by point, but I can't find one of the things, and no, I don't remember the order because I was just like, okay, cool, I picked this, I picked this, I picked this, so uh, completely at random. So I'm actually gonna have to find that. But yeah, here we have a once you're actually at the village, for example, and this is just like I said, people still have, we are still on Tutorial Island, and a person is just playing. They are deciding they want to, farm and gather resources and everything before they actually head out into the real world. And so here we have a village that you have a cavern in there, and okay, yes, we have bats, we have, whatever. I could end up putting additional spawners in and things like that. Plus, you will also have some villages which are transfer stations that you come in here and there is actually a guided path down to. Get done. Oh my god, you think I'd have paid attention? Oh, okay, there it is. But yeah, as you go along, you'll find places that I put like visual markers and things like that there. Huh. All right. Well, anyway, that basically is the general nutshell of what I of the kind of things that are going on in Tutorial Island right now, and what it is that we as participants will need to be aware of. Oh my God, I love. There's actually a reason why I'm playing this. This is my private wilderness. My private wilderness reserve. Hey, all right. Anyway, so that is the first, I guess, section also all of a in-depth kind of uh each sec or each whatever. I'll actually figure out what to call it in a little bit. But yeah, that is basically what it is that I'm doing with this. So anyway, I will talk to y'all later.